Hello dear students, now the next topic in chapter number 12 electromagnetic induction is the transformer. What is the use of the transformer, principle of the transformer, construction and working of the transformer. So initially what is the principle of the transformer? Transformer works on the principle of mutual induction. So in the previous lecture we have seen about what is the mutual induction. In mutual induction, whenever there is a change in current in one coil which produces the change in magnetic flux across the second coil which induces the induced EMF in the second coil. So the same principle which is used in the principle of the transformer. In transformer, the transformer is used to convert high voltage signal into low voltage signal. So high AC voltage is converted into low AC voltage. High energy signal is converted into low energy signal by using the transformer. Now what is the construction and working of the transformer? In the construction, we can see in the construction there are two coils. One is the one we call as a primary coil, while there is another coil which is nothing but the secondary coil. So as we have seen in the mutual induction, there are two types of the coil. One is the primary coil, second is the secondary coil. So the coils are separated by some insulating material. So what we call this blue colored line one, it is called as a core. So what is the core? The coils, primary coil and secondary coil, are separated by some insulating material. That material is called as a core. So maybe the core is a rubber, plastic or any insulating material like air even we can consider as a core. So what will happen to the primary coil? We have connected a alternating source of EMF. To the primary coil, we have connected alternating source of EMF. To the secondary coil, we have connected an output circuit. To the secondary coil, we are getting the output voltage as a VO. So there are two types of the coils, and the primary coil is connected to the AC source. In India the frequency is about 50 Hz, while the secondary source is connected to the output. As we know, where is the use of the transformer? We can see the transformer at the roadsides. So what is the use? The potential difference of the voltage or the AC source voltage which is provided or produced at the hydroelectric power plant like a Koyana, which is about very large amount or which is a very large voltage. So that voltage will be directly coming to the power stations. In that case, we have to separate or we have to reduce the power of the input power to at every stage during the process. So to convert the AC voltage at different stages into the small voltage, we use the transformer. Now this is about the construction of the transformer. In working, what happens when the AC source is connected to the primary coil? Current will start flowing through the primary coil. If the magnitude in AC, the magnitude of the current continuously change, polarity also change, because in AC there is a positive and negative cycles. If the polarity of the cycle change due to change in the current in the primary coil, the magnetic flux across the secondary coil also change due to change in the magnetic field or the magnetic flux across the secondary coil. According to electromagnetic induction, an induced EMF is set up into the secondary coil, and that can be given out as a output voltage. So if the voltage applied is about 500 volt, then we are getting only 250 volt at the output, because the power of the AC applied is much large while that of the output is much smaller than that of the input. So in this way the transformer works. Now in the next part, what about the derivation of the transformer? So the number of turns of the primary we can call as a NP, while the number of turns of the secondary coil is NS. Number of turns means we have a coil which has a number of turns. The primary coil has a number of turns NP. That of the secondary coil, the number of turns are NS. What about the magnetic flux? NP phi be the magnetic flux associated with the primary coil. That of the secondary coil, NS phi be the magnetic flux associated with the secondary coil. According to Lenz law, how we can write the equation for induced EMF? According to Lenz law, the induced EMF across the primary, that is due to the self-inductance, is given by minus d phi by dt. Now the magnetic flux for the primary, we can put the value here. What will happen? Minus d phi by d by dt. The magnitude of the phi is NP phi. So NP is constant, take it outside, minus NP. You can write d phi by dt for the primary induced EMF for the primary coil. How we can write the same equation for the secondary? Then ES is equals to minus d phi by dt. Put the value of magnetic flux here. Then minus d by dt. It is NS phi. Take the NS outside. Minus NS d phi by dt. We have the equation number 2 for induced EMF across the secondary coil, and we have the equation for induced EMF across the primary coil. So what will happen if we divide the equation 2 by 1? If we divide the equation 2 by 1, then what happens? ES by EP is equals to minus N, actually there is a S, NS d phi by dt divided by minus NP d phi by dt. D phi by dt will cancel, negative will cancel. Remaining term will be ES by EP is equals to, we can write NS upon NP. So what is the final equation? ES by EP is equals to NS by NP. This is also one of the important equation for the transformer. What is the equation 3? It is ES by EP is equals to NS by NP. This equation is called equation of transformer. Equation 3 is called equation of transformer. Now what is NS upon NP? NS means number of turns across the secondary coil, to the NP is the number of turns across the primary coil. This ratio of NS upon NP is called turn ratio. So equation 3 is called equation of transformer and NS upon NP is called turn ratio. Now we can derive some more equations for the transformer. How we can write the equation? In the second part, according to how we can derive the equation further? Now what is the power? We have already done it in the 10th standard. What is the equation for power? Power is given by V into I. Power is equals to V into I. Now how we can write the same equation for primary induced EMF and for secondary? So how we can write the same equation for input power and output power? So input power is given by input power is equals to, what is the EMF at the input? It is EP. And what is the current across input? It is IP. So same, instead of writing V we can write EP. Instead of writing current we can write IP. Similarly, how we can write the equation for output power? Output power. At output, we can write the value of potential difference. It is nothing but induced EMF across the secondary ES. And what will be the equation for current across the output? It is IS. So, what is the ideal transformer? The ideal transformer is one whose input power is equals to output power. What is the definition of the ideal transformer? Ideal transformer is one whose input power is equals to output power. So write the values of the input power. It is EPIP is equals to ESIS. So what we can write the equation for ESIS? Send the EP to the right side, send the IS to the left side. What will happen? There is a ES divided by EP is equals to IP divided by IS. So this will be the equation. So consider this is as equation number 4. What similarities we can observe from the equation number 3 and 4? In equation 3, the left side, while that of the equation number 4, the left sides are same. So we can say that the right side must be same. So what we can write finally, ES upon EP is equals to here NS upon NP. So here we can write IP upon IS. So in this way we can compare the three different values for the transformer, and this is nothing but the final equation for the transformer. So we can compare the three different values for the transformer. On the basis of this equation, we can write the two types of the transformer. What the different types of the transformer? So the first type is the step up transformer. What is step up transformer? If the number of turns of the secondary is greater than number of turns of the primary, what will happen? If the number of turns in the secondary coil is greater than number of turns of the primary, in that case here the numerator is greater than denominator. So we can write the same part to the left side. So ES becomes greater than EP. So output induced EMF across the secondary coil is greater than induced EMF across the primary. So output is greater than input. So in this case output is greater than input. So we can say that the voltage is step up at the output. So this is called step up transformer. So here we can write the current IP is greater than IS. So this is called step up transformer, where the voltage at the output is getting stepped up. What is the second type of the transformer? The second type of the transformer is step down transformer. Step down transformer, exactly reciprocal to the first part. NS is greater than NP, so make it reciprocal. If the NP is greater than NS, number of turns of the primary coil is greater than number of turns of the secondary coil, what will happen to the equation? Here the denominator is greater than numerator. So in the same manner to the left side we can write EP is greater than ES. So output voltage is greater than input voltage is greater than output voltage. So at output you are getting less voltage than that of the input voltage. So in that case output voltage is smaller than input. So we can say that the transformer is voltage set down. So in the same manner, how we can write the equation for current? If the denominator is greater than numerator, so same principle we can apply here. IS is greater than IP. So exactly reciprocal values we are getting in case of the step down transformer. Now move to forward. This is about the transformer. We take a one numerical from the same chapter. Okay, take a one numerical. What is the numerical? A current is changing at the rate of. A current is changing at the rate of 5 ampere per second in one coil induces an EMF in one coil induces an EMF of 4 volt in the second coil. Calculate the coefficient of mutual inductance between the coils. Calculate the coefficient of mutual inductance between two parts. So this is a numerical. How we can solve this numerical part? So on the initial part, what are the given terms in this equation? So what are the given terms here? First of all, a current is changing at the rate of, the rate is given. So what is the rate? Means it is divided by time. So di by dt is given as a 5 ampere per second. So the rate of change in current is given as a 5 ampere per second in one coil, induces an EMF of. So induced EMF is given as a 4 volt in the second coil. Calculate the coefficient of mutual induction or inductance. What is the symbol for the mutual inductance? It is denoted by capital M question mark. What would be the value of capital M? That is called as a, that is nothing but the capital M. So the EMF induced in the secondary coil is given and the value of current changing in the primary coil is also given. So what will be the formula for the mutual inductance? The formula for mutual inductance, actually it is ES is equals to M dIP by dt is the formula. How we can write the same formula for M? So M becomes ES upon dIP by dt. So the equation for the mutual inductance becomes ES by dIP by dt. So put the values of the given terms. ES is 4 volt divided by dIP by dt is 5. So what will be the value? 0.40. So 0.8. What is the unit for the mutual inductance? Is capital H, that is called Henry. So the value for mutual induction becomes 0.8 Henry. So this is the way we can solve the different numericals by using the formula of mutual induction.